Kai? What? Yeah. Blake, easier. What's your last name? Suikwa. All right. Yeah. I was not even close. Okay, Blake. Why did I think Kai something? Okay. Okay. Blake, backwards, no, not even close. All right. So in Blake's case, like, you start with a service, and then all of a sudden you see a need for a product, and that's a fun use case. Like, honestly, I love Ray's model because she can play back and forth on this so much. She literally, so just so you know, Ray is starting like a community for pool billiards players, and it's really cool because she can kind of play both sides of this fence very easily. She can start building a community on monthly recurrings. As she builds that, she starts to build demand from people that want to get in front of her community and start charging sponsorships. And then she can start developing product and swag to sell to those people. So like, she honestly gets to play both sides of this fence. And I love little ideas like that because that niche needs a network. It's cool. So I think it's great. But be thinking of that. Like, services can turn into products really, really quick. When I escaped my call center, I was providing a service, but it was monthly recurring, and it was great. I had some really cool clients. I had some sketchy clients. But what was neat is that when I started doing the Google game, and it's a long story I won't go into, but I started capturing market share of doing leadership trainings and executive training through activities. And we would do these events that would teach leadership principles and so on and so forth. It was a great business, and I was making some decent money at it. But what happened was I saw a need, not for a product, but for an additional service of just flipping my service business into a travel agency, and added the travel service along with my team building service. So it turned into a full offsite planning company. Literally, the minute I offered that, every client turned into, from what was already an $8,000 to $12,000 per thing client, into a $150,000 to $250,000 client. And they all converted, every single one of them. And so it was like a really easy conversion from a product, from a service where I was just teaching and training, into a more in-depth, I don't know. Didn't go straight to product, but it was like kind of cool like that. Watch what the pains are, you guys. Pay attention. You're going to find out that for every hotel owner that is a single hotel owner, they're going to have a consistent set of challenges. And it's really easy to identify them. And then you're going to be like, oh man, when I solved this for so-and-so, it totally saved their life. Talk about that on your next sale, and its chances are they're gonna have the same pain point. And so pain points are how you create new products. Liza, right? Lais. So when she discovers exactly what the firefighter problem is she wants to solve with her drones, it's gonna be much easier to develop the right product. She's gonna develop maybe 3 or 4 products that are okay, but then all of a sudden, it's going to click. This is the problem I need to solve. And that's where she's going to really skyrocket in her business. Elon Musk does this all the time. I mean, we've seen him do crazy things, right? But at first, it starts for one reason, and then it turns into, oh, I didn't know people were going to want this. And now he's selling supercharger services to people that don't buy Teslas all over the country. Right? And he probably makes a crap ton of money. I just found out the other day that he's not only launching his own satellites into orbit, but most of his competitors also. He's launching them. He's making so much money off his competitors because he's the only one that can launch them.
So how do you not get distracted from what's making you money while you're also producing a product for the service company?
Oh, dude.
I'm kind of confused, right? Because you seem like an exceptional salesman, and he's like, oh, my business went under, and then I went to this guy, and I got a client in a month, and I was fine. Like, how do you transition that quickly and solve problems so fast? Are you doing pitch decks? Are you just going there and pitching to them? And like, how do you get on your feet like that?
Most of the time, you don't even need a deck. Most of the time, you just need to know their pain. Starting a business, you guys, is all about pain. What pain are you solving? And if you find out a pain that someone wants solved, they will pay you happily. Taking nails off is actually a great problem to solve. Like, honestly, like, look at Savannah's nails. Oh, crap. She's going to poke your eye out with that. I mean, they're beautiful, but it's got to be hard to do certain activities with that, right? All right. All right. She's used to it. Whatever. My daughters complain a lot. So, and she's a nail tech. So yeah, you keep yours short. But there's like these, you find out what people are willing to pay for. For me to transition my team building to the travel agency, here's what happened, Blake. I literally sold probably 100 team build packages and was doing them like every other week. I'd come in and I'd fly into San Jose. I'd go run like 2 or 3 programs, and then I would take a couple weeks off, and I'd go back again, do a couple programs. It was honestly the funnest business I've ever had in my life. But here was the common problem. I would sell these packages. I'd go in and I'd do the work, and every time, literally every time, the girls that were managing it, and I say girls, it was like 97. I only met one guy doing this role at Google. It was all female. And they were always the executive assistant. They called him I can't remember the name. Anyway, they had a name, but they were the same. Every executive had about 60 members on his team, and then every guy above him had like 5 teams. So there's like 300 people, 60 people. Almost every proposal I did was for 60 or 300. It was like kind of one of those things. But every time they'd have their executive assistant run the event. And this was an annual event. She was busy doing like YouTube and like an ads team and like all these other things. And then all of a sudden she had to run an event. So I'd go contract with them, and they're like, well, I hate running this event. Oh my gosh, the hotel's driving me crazy. Oh, the bus guy was late, and they wanted to be with their team, but they never see their team because they're dealing with all the, like, it was literally just whining every time I was contracting with them. And I'm like, holy smokes. Their biggest problem isn't that they want team building. Their biggest problem is they suck at running events. And so I was like, oh, I ran youth conference a few times. I can handle this. So I literally like started setting these up like youth conferences. I'm dead serious. I told all the Google execs, I'm like, you guys are so stupid. Just hire more Mormons because this is what we do. Like this is all I'm doing to you is running a Mormon event at your thing. And they're like, well, we just need one. You can be our Mormon. So, yeah, I'm the token Mormon. And so they literally ran this whole program where I was like, hey, and all these people, all they've ever known is corporate, right? So I'm like, hey, my company just became a licensed travel agency. And so that means we can do all of your hotel bookings, all of your transportation, all your everything. And they're like, awesome, what do you charge? And I'm like, oh, crap. Well, it's just a surcharge on top of whatever the cost is. And they're like, how much? I'm like, 20%. And they went for it. And then I checked with another manager, and she's like, yeah, that's totally normal. 20% is good. And so I literally would go in, and I would give them like 5 hotel options, 5 bus options, mark it up 20%. They'd pick whichever one they wanted. And then I'd get the contract signed, and then I would go back and renegotiate with the hotel and get it down even more. Anyway, it was a fun business. It was awesome. Unfortunately, they're not doing that kind of thing anymore. But here's the deal, guys. Pivoting and having the confidence to pivot means you probably don't know your business very well yet. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to not know your business even 2 or 3 years into it. You got to figure out what was working and get rid of the stuff that's not working, right? And with service businesses, that happens on almost every contract. With product businesses, you got to wait till you're sold out of that run before you can sell the next thing, right? And so it's just a longer transition cycle. But sometimes it gets you in trouble because if you change too fast, then people aren't going to recognize you when they come back for the same service they got a year ago. And they're like, wait, do you still do that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, how much you got, right? So any other thoughts on product or service? Because there's nothing wrong with either one, but you kind of get the difference between the two, right? So like as a nail provider, you don't want to do people's nails. You only want to sell the product. I see you wanting to get your nail tech license. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So, but any thoughts, questions about product versus service? You guys good? If you were an investor, which one would you want to invest in more?
Product. I know exactly. It's true.
Definitely product. Definitely product.
Really?
Direct to consumer? No. Try and get something that's selling to stores, distributors. Yeah, let them do the sales.
So if you were to lose everything, all your assets, all your money, what would you do waking up tomorrow?
I would go do some consulting right away. I'd go help people who did what I did yesterday, who do what I did yesterday. If I lost everything today, I would probably go, like, for example, right now I'm operating a fund. And if the fund, all their investments went defaulted on me today, I'd be like, okay, I now know how to run a fund really bad. I'm going to go help other people run it better by not doing the same thing I did. And I would just go talk to other fund managers. You talk to 20 of them, you're going to find out, oh, yeah, I'm dealing with the same problem. Let me help you keep you from failing your fund. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what I would do. Quickest path to money.
Consulting in
What you're familiar with, yeah. I mean, you got to be somewhat of an authority on it, right? But that's how services operate. Services are tricky though, because like I said, you can't scale and exit a service business very easily.
So that would help you get back in. You start
Yeah.
service, and then you can build that.
And figure out what kind of product I want to develop.
So what about SaaS companies? Are they considered products? Or
SaaS companies are considered a service because it's software as a service, right? But because it's recurring, it's kind of productized. It's like a productized service. Because most services are one-off. But as soon as you figure out how to do it repetitively and get them contracted to do it, that's SaaS, and that's beautiful. Investors love SaaS because it's predictable revenue. The reason Vivint can pay their sales guys so much money is because they know the average. Do you guys know the average length of time a security system owner pays their monthly payment on the security system?
10 years.
Any guesses? 10 years? Any other guesses?
Because you're doing it for shock value.
Yeah. No, it's 8 years. Do you know how many months that is? That's 96 months. So if you're 96 months of predictable average revenue, that's about what they pay out for a sale. I mean, my sons sell for Vivint. I've got 2 sons selling for Vivint, and they make about $800, between $700 and $800 a sale, because they're taking that $70 a month times the multiple, and they pay it all out up front because they know they're going to get it. It's crazy. But that's why they needed an investor, because they needed to front that money for a few years so they can pay out to install, they pay out to the commission, and then they know that after 8 years, they're going to start just collecting pure gravy. And now they've been around so long, they've got so much pure gravy that they can just do whatever the crap they want. Like, it's, even if they never sold another contract today, Vivint would still be making well over $200 million a year just on recurring revenue for years. It's crazy. So that's why investors like that kind of thing. And that's more of a product sale, but it's also SaaS because they're selling the app to have access to their house and their other stuff like that. I don't know. It's a beautiful combo. If you can find a combo for any of these, it's the
Yeah,
best.
is that like, is Qualtrics also like his
Yeah.
product that also?
Qualtrics, people load that into their website and people don't change. But theirs is a little bit trickier because they had to get creative to turn it into a SaaS because it was like, okay, you can build this many surveys a month and have this many users. I don't know that Qualtrics model would work if they started it today though. So the landscape's changing a bit because people aren't as interested in paying for access to your software. They want to pay per usage. And so the pricing models are changing. So SaaS is going to be a different game in 3 years. So sell now if you got a good SaaS product. Any other thoughts on product service? Like, what has this changed your mind at all about what you want to create? Has it? Okay, good. In what way? Tell me.
So I'm still articulating.
Yeah.
What we want to do, but we want to pivot. One of the deepest pains that, especially boutique hotels have, are OTAs. OTAs are online travel agencies.
Okay.
Media booking.
Yeah.
They charge 20 to 30%.
Smokes. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a huge pain point for people, and it's really hard for boutiques to
Yeah.
be able to penetrate.
So how do you resolve that?
We're brainstorming a couple different ways.
Okay.
But yeah,
Interesting.
brainstorm that with you.
Yeah, if you're losing 20 to 30%
It's insane.
to the booking agent,
It's just insane. It's for doing nothing, you know.
they create a website. They give rewards,
Loyalty programs.
free stays at your hotel. Interesting. So what are you thinking? What's your brain thinking about right now?
Oh man, my husband drafted this up. He was up all night with AI.
Was he?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's a little bit over my head, but it's
Yeah.
using a lot of AI to do the booking directly.
Interesting.
And because we already have all the information or all the payment information.
Right.
The phone and stuff. So
Are they passing that payment information to you if they don't book through you?
that's a good question. I should ask my husband that.
Ask them. It's a tricky business,
Exactly.
but it's also very profitable, very lucrative, because your assets continue. It's almost more of an asset game. If you can cover your nut to keep the property open, then you just keep leveraging the asset to buy more assets.
Yeah, we should have a brainstorming session with you.
You should, because my neighbor did boutique hotels, and somehow he's got like 150 of them. Yeah, and he's making, but it's all leverage. It's all just leveraging. I remember he told me once, because I was super unfamiliar with the industry, but it's like Todd, I'm just building an asset bank. If I break even on a hotel, I'm good.
Yep.
Because
Exactly.
the valuation of the property goes up more so
Exactly.
than your
We can see
profitability.
everything back into
Yeah.
our properties.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Scary game, but cool.
A lot of bootstrapping for us since the very beginning.
Any other thoughts, questions, guys? Where else can we bring this combo? I got another 15 minutes. Yeah, Blake.
So I never really told you what I want to do long
Yeah.
term.
What do you want to do?
So my dad's from Samoa. He's Samoa Tongan, and I served my mission in Fiji.
Yeah.
The Chinese and the Indians are so resourceful there. So
Yeah.
smart. They make millions off the products there. The Fijians stay poor because they don't know how to market their products. I was just kind of thinking to myself, how do I create an international marketplace for these products and almost stand as the middleman, but be able to ship and export, just as efficiently as they can and make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
So I've been, dealing with a lot of things. I went to the biggest turmeric farm in Fiji, and they just harvest. They actually don't plant anything, so there's no startup costs. But they give about 2.5 million pounds a year,
They just harvest whatever's on the land.
On the
and then people sell it all over. So
That's like a
I've been trying to ship it to Spain and Northern Europe and all these things, but it's been a really hard process of getting there.
Yeah.
But I was thinking today, I was like, man, I've just been trying to be the wholesaler guy or just sell it, but I haven't necessarily thought about the tech side of it, like how Alibaba does it or
Yeah.
Companies like that where
Yeah.
if I found all these products in the different countries and I created a website that people pay for at
Yeah.
wholesale price and then people just buy for the normal pricing, how that's a way I could almost monopolize the market in the Pacific Islands. But no one there really uses things online. Like people, the Indians just say, "Oh, I know this guy here," and they all do it through networking. But there's not a big website you can go to and just get like lala leaves or Fijian turmeric or whatever. So I've just kind of been playing with it because I can make turmeric shots, I can make turmeric pills, and that could be a product, but also the service side of some kind of technology company.
Love it.
I don't know. I just don't know how you would do that, or what would you do if you were in my spot? Would you go straight for the products and try to sell those, or
Nah.
do you feel like
I mean, think of what Alibaba did. What did Alibaba do? What do they do? Have you ever been on Alibaba? So what do they do?
they just sell products for crazy cheap online?
No, but it's not their products.
Yeah, it's everyone else's.
So here's what they did. They went around, talked to every manufacturer, and said, "Hey, we're creating a portal for you to showcase what you make, what you can harvest, what you do." And then all they did is once they had all that data, then they're like, "Hey, America, guess what? You can buy direct from the manufacturer." We had someone in here just in the last 2 months trying to tell us he's going to change the whole social media world. And I said, don't change social media. Just become the South American wholesaler for everything made from all these boutique manufacturers. That's such a smart play. If you did that for the islands, dude, man,
I don't know anything about technology. Where would you start? Just find someone that can do
there's
it.
a lot of technical startup co-founders in this room.
Near trade still.
Yeah, Near Trade. Yeah, Near Trade is doing that with Mexico.
I recommend you contact the World Trade Center. They have contact everywhere.
Yeah.
They give you all the information. They have a lot of data. I think it's a good point that you can contact them, get those information.
I've been there, but I need to utilize that relationship.
What?
I said I've been there. There's stuff, but I need to utilize the relationship.
Oh, I know some people. You want, I can-
It's a good idea to figure out what they know, but islands are very known to islanders. Not many people outside the islands.
I
Like,
speak all the main three languages.
no, exactly.
I feel like I have a huge advantage.
You have a huge advantage. I would see things in the Philippines all the time. I'm like, oh man, I wish I knew how to get this to market, and I didn't, But like, I do think that what you've got is a really cool skill set. Just leverage it, man. I mean, it's a smart idea to create access to the islands that nobody has right now.
And if America's growing in the ground like that, you can just market it like
Totally.
how healthy that soil
Yeah,
is.
you can become your own. You can become your own
Fiji
user.
does it, I can make my own Fijian timber brand. Because I'm telling you, seriously, one village alone harvests 2.5 million pounds. Because I went to and I toured it. They go get dropped off in the middle of the jungle and they sleep on the ground and they wake up, they pick all day, and then this guy comes and picks it up 3 times a week. But
What does it look
like
like?
10,000 kilos a week. They have it all systemized. I
Have you
just
seen
think I
the
gotta.
kava too? Like
Huh?
these kava bars where they'll charge like $10 for one shell.
I know where all the kava is in Fiji. Somewhat.
That's the
Yeah.
thing is
I'm
you could
trying to-
like
It's
crazy
just a matter of
upcharge.
getting there. It's hard. It's like
Yeah.
you have to-
No, it is hard to get there. Yeah.
So the certifications is where I've had trouble. So they're like, oh, if we're gonna buy it if a Northern European company is gonna buy it or a Spanish company is gonna buy it, they say, okay, well, the FDA of Europe needs to come to the islands and they need to inspect all of it and make sure that's quote unquote organic.
Right.
But
But you either don't need to play that part, or you just say, you just mark it on the website as these guys have been approved by these FDA boards in this country, this country, this country, right? Like, as long as they know that by looking, I mean, again, think of your Alibaba experience. If you know going into that relationship that they're not approved yet, you still might try and make a play. I mean, some people would.
it's like $20,000 to have the guy go do it.
I
I,
would.
still, I don't know. Like you just would do it without the FDA approval.
Yeah,
or
dude,
whatever
people
it is.
buy things that just say not FDA approved on them all the time.
But you don't need to make that call. It's whoever the buyer is and whoever the supplier is. You're just a broker. You're just the broker, dude. You're just saying, hey, I'm going to help every Fijian, every Samoan get their product to market.
Look like these like nutritional like supplement shops. You know how many pre-workouts are out there that were
Ah,
never
dude.
FDA approved?
Dude. And think of what you can do for the economy locally there too, because you can say like, hey, we need somebody to build a manufacturer to build shot size, of this stuff, because chances are everyone's buying it wholesale in bulk and then they're just processing it here and then distributing it.
That's the plan, is to redevelop the villages. 'Cause there's this one clan I have a partnership with. They have 160,000 acres. It's just nuts, but it just sits. But big products like sandalwood, turmeric, ginger, they all just grow in the forests, all wild, and all they do is pick. So, but it's been hard for me because it's like,
It's like mangoes in the Philippines.
yeah,
So do they want to try and sell?
yeah, they just don't
All
know how to
their
do it. I mean,
product?
none of them really speak English, so
Let's have a deeper conversation about that, because I think you could do some real good there. Did you know my grandfather translated the first English version of Samoa's history? They celebrated him yeah, it was pretty cool. So anyway, guys, yeah.
How do you market as a B2B? Like whether your product or service, like what's like the entry point of marketing to other businesses?
Networking events.
During the decision making.
It literally is just like, where are they going to be? Go be there. Yeah, chambers. It depends on your client. Like if they're a hospital, you're trying to sell to a hospital, country club. Like, I have a good friend who's a commercial land developer type guy, and he's got the best life. Like, he literally has a membership to Glenwood Country Club up in Park City, and then Deer Valley Resort, and all he does, goes to the mountain every day, goes to the golf course every day, and he meets his clients. He gets 2 deals a year that go through. He's made $2 or $3 million a year. Like, he's the smartest real estate agent I know. And all he does is he sells 20 acres at a time in Park City. Like, it's nuts. So you just go where your client is. And not, that doesn't mean go to their place of work. It means figure out where they're at. The whole reason we started the Utah Business Games was not because I'm a massive ping pong fanatic or a foosball player. It's because my buddy and I had this idea. He had the idea, and I just helped make it better. But he was like, "Oh, I hate gatekeepers. I can't get in touch with the right people." So he started a ping pong foosball tournament during March Madness, and literally every tech company in Utah was like, he just instead of going and knocking on the door and saying, "Hey, I want to talk to the CEO," he's like, "Hey, how many people are you guys sending to the Utah Business Games this year?" Like, what? Yeah, how many? You got any ping pong players here? You got any foosball players? And they're like, well, yeah. Oh, you should talk to our CEO. He's a massive ping pong fanatic. Oh, really? Okay, well, let's talk. And then boom, he's in with the CEO talking about ping pong and how many players they're going to send. Now they're friends. Now he sold massive marketing contracts. Oh, did you know I can do all your pay-per-click? Really? Okay, let's do it. He closed more deals off of that stupid ping pong event than he actually sold his company after the second year. So you just got to meet them where they're at. And that's just marketing. And it's always talking about their pain. Because some people are more concerned about their ping pong skills than their business. But if you talk to them about the ping pong and solve that problem, now they're ready to talk business. It's a strange, you guys, it's strange. You can find clients in the weirdest places. You just got to go where they're at. And they're not at their office. Most decision makers are not at their office. They're out playing golf, or they're out. Doesn't mean you got to go get a membership, but I mean, it's just saying, it's like, if you do it right, you find out where they're at, and you can meet them at a conference. Conferences are great places to meet people. Like, I always meet people at trade shows. Trade shows are like a gold mine, honestly, for any industry. Just got to know which show to go to. But if you find the right show, all the people are there. And if you only need 3 people this quarter to turn your business into a business, go find 3 people at a show. Even buying boutique hotels. I know there's boutique hotel conferences. And it's crazy the people you meet there. You got people who are like, oh, I'm passing up on deals all the time because they got too much deal flow. They're like, I'm only looking for these and these. And then you're like, well, tell me when you have those because I want those all day long. Yes.
What do you find about these events and how do you manage to get in?
Oh, man, it's just Google. I mean, it just AI. Just ask AI what events are going on in such and such a place.
AI will give you like stuff within the next year. And then mark it
Everything.
down in my calendar.
I use AI a lot, but never thought about that.
Oh yeah, it'll look up everything and how much and where can I get a free pass and where can I do like you can almost always find a free way into a show too.
Or like even like I'm looking for these kind of skills. Like, do you have any recommendations for the conference?
Yeah, totally. Where are the decision makers at this conference? Because I found, yeah, have you ever heard of CES? CES show, Consumer Electronics Show. It's arguably the biggest trade show in Las Vegas every year. And it's always been the biggest trade show because everyone loves electronics. And so my partner and I used to go down to the show every year. And there's every convention center is full of stuff, but that wasn't where the decision makers were. You had to get room invites. And so we started figuring out how to get invites to specific rooms and for specific products that we were reselling and or wanted to resell. And we would just reach out and say, hey, are you guys hosting a room? Instead of, hey, are you going to be at the conference? We actually stopped buying tickets to the conference because we would just only reach out to people we saw that were going and say, hey, are you guys doing any kind of room event? Because we'd love to chat. And we'd get invites to rooms the entire conference. We never even touched the floor. But they were all the rooms of the decision makers. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, so you never know. Pool hall is the same way. I mean, probably always a hidden table somewhere. I believe it. Is this helpful, you guys? You guys learning stuff? I can just keep going. And some of it will be relevant. Some of it won't be. I've got it.
Trying to get the decision makers past gatekeepers. Was the training by Exane Anderson, was that recorded?
Which one?
I think his name was Exane Anderson or Exane.
When was it?
Last year. It was during the, what was that 12-week little Tuesday with the Boulevard? I can't remember what it was.
I'm not sure. Some of them were recorded. Andrew recorded a lot of them.
But he talked a lot about
Zane.
he talked a lot about gatekeepers and how to reach.
Gatekeepers are funny. They're really good at blocking you. But if you can find your way past them, it's like, it's not as hard as you think. I mean, especially with AI right now, I mean, you can, if it's someone significant you want to get in touch with, you can probably find out, hey, what country club or what hobbies does this person have? Are they associated with any events? You could probably learn all sorts of stuff. I mean, here in Utah, it's funny because we were just a couple of idiots trying to start some way to network and meet people, and then we found out that ping pong. I think it was after our second year, and we were prepping for the third year. We were negotiating with the USA Table Tennis Association to send us judges for free, and they did. And they said, first of all, you need to tell us how you're doing this, though. And we said, doing what? And he said, you have the largest ping pong tournament outside of the U.S. Open in the country. And we were like, oh, wait, you're kidding. And we didn't know that, but we did. And so we got all of our tables for free. They shipped them to us for free. It was crazy. We had billiard companies send us their tables for free because they just wanted to be there at the biggest ping pong tournament in the country. It was weird. We literally could just ask people and they would just send us crap. Because we had the people. All they want to do is, and then we said, okay, hey, if you don't want to ship these tables back, how much will you wholesale them to us and we'll sell them at the show? So we would sell the majority of our tables while people were there playing on them. Oh, dude, you should get one of these tables. These are tournament grade. And we would mark it up, and they would buy them at a discount. I mean, usually they didn't want them back. Like, they were like, yeah, keep them all. We don't want to pay to ship it back. I mean, there's so many ways to make money, you guys. Like, they're literally like, you just got to, around every turn, there's a new way to monetize. It just, how much monetization do you want to do? The hotel guy that I helped, he would buy these distressed properties. Yeah, but like really unique ones, like an old cotton plantation.
Oh, cool.
And then he would go raise some money, and then he'd put a golf course on the plantation and keep the rustic houses and stuff, turn it into a hotel, golf course, restaurant. We had 10 to 12 profit centers at every one of his properties. It was the funnest business ever. We made money everywhere on that thing. It's a fun model. It's a fun model. He was a dirtbag. He ended up hiring a bunch of consultants. I was one of them. And then he didn't pay all of us for 2 months straight. And we were like, wait, did you get your last invoice paid? No, what's going on? And then as soon as we all started questioning him, he took all the cash and went and bought another property under the name of a different entity. So you couldn't even sue him because it was like the money changed hands between so many entities. He was a total dirtbag. So frustrating. And another one of those experiences where I was like, you son of a gun. I lost like 300 grand on that guy. It was just like, what? Frustrating. But it happens.
I'm taking a class in international business professionals, and I met the people from the World Trade Center and give the class and them and like big banks that work internationally, and they have even grants. Like if you wanna.
Is that right? They do?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They wanna, some areas they wanna help, and agriculture is one of them. Agriculture is one of them. And if you wanna go visit a place to know how it is, how is the business with them, they can give them funds for the trip.
Yeah. It's worth looking at. There's grants everywhere. Anyway. Well, guys, I hope you appreciated the information. I hope I'm not just rambling this whole time, but I hope I provided some kind of value. You guys, business is fun. It really does suck sometimes. Like it really is painful. It'll put you in tears, and you'll pray wondering why God could let something like that happen to you. But other times you're like, how can I help? And the Lord accepts your offering. It's cool. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Maybe. There we go.
Awesome. I gotta go. I have a babysitter until 4.
I gotta go too.
But
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah, no, I will totally, like,
Can I
it's,
be